What's going on, YouTube? I'll be right back. Give me just 1 second. Listen, fellas, you want to get your face wash, your skincare routine intact? I use Tiege Henley. It's a daily face wash with an AM, PM moisturizers with instructions in the box that's very clear on how to get it together. I know this is not something common that us men do, but it's very important that we take care of our skin. On top of that, the ladies love it. Get yourself a box of Tiege Henley. It comes in the mail, ships within a week. If you click the link in my description, you would get 40% off your first order and 20% off a lifetime. On top of that, sign up to the app and you'll get even more deals. Me, I got a special. I got the grooming kit. I was able to get my nail clippers and everything that I needed to get myself together to go outside. Tiege Henley is the way when I tell you the perfect men's skincare routine. Get yourself a box of Tiege Henley. Going on YouTube. YouTube, we are in the building. What's up? Everyone, I'm going to unmute your mics.
What's up, everybody?
Unmute your mics. What's goody?
What's up?
All right. We are in the building. We got the fellas today. You know what I'm saying? We gave the ladies a little sit down. I was not able to make the Father's Day show like I wanted to, so I figured we'll get into this topic on masculinity today. So I had to have the fellas involved. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, y'all.
Gotta
Come on.
get the energy up. Let's get that
Come on,
energy.
man. Look, man. I'm looking at some of the dudes looking like they don't have a stuff, man. That's why I like being single. Damn, boy.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. Now we're gonna get it. We're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna have a good show today. First of all, how's everyone been?
Hey man, I've been extremely busy. During this holiday was probably my first time actually having a break. You know what I'm saying? From work and from doing anything. So it was a nice little break, man. So, but getting back to the grind tonight, and you know how the week goes, man. I'm always on the grind, always busy, putting in them 16-hour days, y'all.
Exactly. Getting that paper. What's going on? Any new projects we got going on in the building?
Fellas, any new projects?
Well, of course, my channel is dropping Monday, 12 o'clock. Tune in. I got a reaction to a Kevin Samuels video. So, yeah, tune in to the Distinguished Professor on YouTube. We dropping 12 o'clock tomorrow.
All right. Link, what you got going on, my guy?
Nothing much. Anybody in the North Carolina area looking to buy or sell a home, just come see me. Don't believe the hype.
Damn.
Exactly. Don't believe the hype, man. They tell you, oh, no, it's not the time to buy. This ain't the moment to get yourself a house. You know what I'm saying? Learn how the game goes. All right? And Wall Street and Quint.
To ask him what he got.
I mean, I wish I had known that a couple of months ago, Link. No pun.
Man, I hear that so much, man. I know it's my fault.
It's okay. It's okay. If you can't get in touch with Link, you can get in touch with me in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
For the mortgage now, but just getting in the new place. So I'm not in the car anymore. I'm building on the man cave / podcast. Yeah, man, good things going on.
I love it. That's what's up. And we got my boy Quint in the closet. What's good?
Man cave / closet.
Man cave / closet.
Everything good to go. Got a busy week coming up. We're going to call.
Yeah, so you're going to be busy.
We make that joke because you one of the toughest dudes on the panel, so we can make that joke.
That's real talk. We got Foundational Black in the building. What up, man?
Sir.
And he is early. I love it, man. Love to see it. Good looking, my
What's up,
guy.
brother? How you doing?
Yo, that name, man. I love that name, man. Foundational Black. That's what's up. So, listen, fellas, I'm going to start this off with a video, right? And then I like to get into a topic. I'll give y'all the exact header, and then we could go into it from there. Let's get this going.
Baseball is about your life. When you grow up, you still got to perform. You still got to do everything right while you mad. It's all right, pick the ball up. Let's go. Focus. Keep your focus, Kay. Keep your focus. It's okay. Let's go. We got to perform anyway. We're going to be a man one day. And we got to perform under pressure. We got to perform while we mad. One more. Give me one more. Get it to me. Thank you. Give me a hug. Oh. It's all right. It's gonna hurt. It's okay to cry sometimes, but that don't mean you can stop. You hear me? Yes. Just because you're crying or something hurts your feelings, that don't mean stop, okay? You still got responsibilities we got, all right? I know you love the game of baseball, but you ain't gonna always have good days like today. Today's a sad day, right? Yes. It ain't just about baseball, though. It's about your life. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it, okay? When you become a big boy, when you get older, you're gonna have to do stuff still that's gonna make you upset. You're gonna be playing baseball again, y'all might be losing one day. But it's gonna take you and your attitude that's gonna help y'all win, okay? You're gonna have to learn how to have a good attitude even in bad circumstances, okay? When stuff is going bad, you still gotta know how to be good. You still gotta know how to perform, even when you're upset. I ain't saying don't be mad, and I ain't saying don't cry. I'm saying still do what you're supposed to do. Still do what's right, okay? Yes. What is character? Character is who we are when nobody is looking, okay? What is character? Who you are when nobody's watching, right? Come on, you okay? You all good?
All right. So, yo, absolutely love that. I absolutely love that, man. You know what I'm saying? That touched a piece of my soul seeing that. Let's get active in the comments today. If you come in the door, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Just get it. Yeah, stomp that like button. Get active in the comments, y'all, because we got a good topic. We are going to get into our male masculinity. And what does it mean to society? What does it mean to the individual, to the women in your lives? And when and where did you start realizing that you becoming a man is extremely essential to your society? So let's get into that. I'm so chill. I know you got something to say.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know, man. How y'all doing, man? Masculinity. Listen. Masculinity is extremely important to today's society. If it wasn't for masculinity, we wouldn't have these roads, we wouldn't have electricity, we wouldn't have these businesses, we wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, the economic system. That was all done through masculinity. I'm sorry. And you know, sometimes you hear a lot of ladies saying toxic masculinity. Oh my God, oh, you're so toxic. Well, when they throw out that draft bill and they saying it's time to go to war, you be like, oh my God, bring that toxic masculinity back. I ain't trying to go out there and fight. You know what I'm talking about? It is so needed. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was growing up, and like I said, everybody know I grew up in the system. And it was when I was in a marriage that I understood that I was devoid of all masculinity, because the thing about masculinity is you don't make compromises. You do what you need to do for what's right. You know what I'm saying? The moment you start making compromises in front of your goals, in front of your mission, you're actually devoid of masculinity, whether you know it or not. And I think this is a very important topic, because maybe some fellows will actually see where they stand on the grand scheme of things when it comes to masculinity. Masculinity makes the decisions when others are hesitant about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Masculinity is the definition between life and death. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're not afraid to die. And a part of masculinity is you're not afraid to kill when needed. And I land my plane right there. Somebody else jump on the table.
Right. Yeah. All right. So what's up? Who got the mic next? Who got the mic next? Yeah, what's up, fellas?
Man, y'all quiet as hell. What's going on, man?
We need the ladies back on the panel.
So I'll say this, man. You know, masculinity is definitely needed. It is definitely needed for male and female children. I know my father passed when I was 11, and my sisters were a lot younger than that, and they don't really remember him in general. That's how much younger they were. But I had mentors in my life, people from church or even my uncle who married into the family, who was able to pick up that slack. And I don't know if we still have that as much as we did in the past, but I will say I know I would be a different person had my mom had to raise me by herself. So having those men in my life was very important. They taught me things that I needed to learn. There were some voids there from wanting my dad to see me at games, things of that sort. But the other things, as far as teaching me how to fish, teach me how to build a campfire, how to build a fire, things that teach me how to just be a man, how to treat women, things of that sort, is what I was able to learn. So that was very important to me, and it stayed with me to this day. And some of the reasons why I believe what I believe, it comes from conversations with many men in my life, from coaches to mentors, and it's probably the reason why I coach to this day. I've coached 18 years, and I see what I've been able to do for those kids that I've interacted with who didn't have a father, and they can always reach out to me and ask me different questions. So masculinity to me is very important. It learning how to do certain things helped me out, man. Learning how to just stand on your business, learning how your word is your bond. Like Scarface said, I only have two things in this world, and that's my word and my balls, and I'm gonna break them for anybody. And that's why even to this day, when people ask me, "Kate, can you do something?" I say, "Well, let me get back to you, because I want to make sure once I tell you yes, there's no coming back." That's what I'm going to do, no matter come hell or high water. I have to be a man of my word. So I always make sure I'll be there if I said I'm going to be there. So that comes from learning from other men, and that's what men should do. If you say something, you're going to do it, no matter what happens. And character's a lot, and your last name means something, because you're the one that carries the last name. So make sure you bring honor to your last name. So that's what I got from masculinity and learning from other guys.
That's real. That's real. That's real. Link, what's good? What's good? What's your thoughts on the topic?
Yeah, masculinity is a lot. Okay, so what I learned from masculinity was don't make excuses. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go off of what I was taught growing up from my pops. So like, no excuses type, energy all the time. You can't have excuses because excuses aren't gonna solve anything. Gotta stay strong no matter what you're facing. I'm hoping I'm on the topic, right? I'm on it, right?
Yeah, you want to talk?
Okay, I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. I mean, that's what masculinity means to me. It's a whole lot of confusion about what masculinity is now that we got let me say why. Because we got all these different thoughts coming about now that social media is out, where they try to be careful with I guess you guys call it the alphabet community. So now they're trying to make it like where masculinity doesn't really deal with what men do. And because now they're trying to, co-gender it, so to speak. But you can't do that at all with masculinity. It's definitely a male's life. Protection, teaching, showing how to just persevere through any situation. Like, it's all of that. I don't know how to explain it any better.
That's real. That's real.
Okay. All right. I'm listening and I'm watching, man. But I'm gonna say this, man. When we talking about the ladies in the relationship, man, everybody got a whole gang of stuff to say. But we talking about masculinity, man. I don't want y'all to skimp on the meat now. Don't be silent, man.
We gonna get there, man. We gotta warm the people up first.
You gotta warm up first.
All right. I'm watching.
So Quint, what's your thoughts on masculinity, Mike?
It's not a new word quite naturally, but I think it's a new buzzword. I think it's a new buzzword that a lot of people are using to try to describe people. It's not a new word, Chill, making that damn face, but it's a buzzword now, just like narcissists and all that stuff. They want to use that to describe people or describe people of less than. So me, I've never been the person to worry about what other people think. What you think about my masculinity don't mean anything to me. I'm a I'm a loyal person, trustworthy and dependable to all my friends. I'm usually a best friend to most people. That's not, you can't expect people to be the friend that you are to them. That's masculinity. The loudest person out is not necessarily the most masculine. They're crying for help. When you get all loud, I mean, you and I talked about this before. If you're in public, if you have a problem with someone, you go to them yelling, you're looking for somebody to break it up. You're looking for that attention, for somebody to break it up. But if you're masculine, you're going to ask them to go somewhere alone, but you can handle business either way it goes.
Right.
So with me, I hate the way it's being described and looked at now, because it's like a little hot topic that people want to say that you're not masculine to get on a person's nerve, like saying you're not a good man or you're not a real man if you can't handle being with a single parent, a single mother. That's the type of stuff that I look at it as. So, but otherwise, it's very important to have your masculinity. I'm gonna go around the world. It's very important to have your masculinity, but it's important to know that you don't have to prove it to anyone.
Right.
Just be it. Don't say it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Wall Street.
So it's kind of tough being in the anchor leg, and trying to find something new to interject, because I do agree with, the major components of what the panel says. So I guess the main thing I can interject is fatherhood. Fatherhood is a cornerstone of masculinity. And so when we look at, situations, things we've had to learn, things we've had to deal with as Black men, for some of us, that's been one of our major challenges, not having a father there or whatever. So fatherhood is important. It's important to establish manhood. One thing I was blessed with, I have cousins, I have friends that did have fathers in the home. And simply from watching those men and who they are and respecting those men, I was able to define what masculinity was for me. I saw the things that I wanted to be in other men, and I saw what I wanted to become. So it's kind of a, chew the meat, spit out the bones type situation. But fatherhood is a very key cornerstone component of it. You never know who you're influencing outside of, your own children. So
that's a real thought. That's a real thought. So for me, right, masculinity falls a lot to what we offer to our community as men. I agree with everything everyone said on the panel, except for the single mom stuff. But as far as far as what y'all are talking about and what we are as men, I believe that we have to offer not just our direct family, but our community the 4 Ps, right? And those 4 Ps I got from Crimson Cure. But even though I knew about it for a long time, I have to give her credit because she's online, pushing it out there. But that's your problem solving, right? Provision, your procreation, and also your oh my God. I'm tripping. Problem solving, procreation, right? I'm tripping. I'm missing a piece somewhere in there. But problem solving, procreation, provision, and give me my last P, y'all. What's my last P?
Protection.
Oh, no. Protection, right? And those are the 4 Ps that we have to offer our community. And once we do those, I believe we could really start building back as a community and showing our masculinity, particularly as Black men. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe with our women, we're starting to lose them off of them, the alphabet community, as someone mentioned, just the challenging of our masculinity. So much different things. We're not man enough to do this, even though stats show alone that we're the most active fathers, that we're on the trajectory to marry at a higher rate than, our own counterparts of women. Right now, we are past them. So just to show them alone that we are the men that we say that we are, this conversation is important. That's why I want to get active with it. Get active in the comments. So yeah, what you gonna say? Chip?
I was gonna answer Kit's question. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. For me, no, because in order to take on that form of sexuality, like I don't knock you, but I can't put you in the ranks with us. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. I would rock with you if you put, your people, the community before your sexuality. That's the only type of brother I can rock with. But if you put your sexuality before your community, then no, then I can't. You're not. The level of masculinity just isn't there because you're compromised. Masculinity is not making any compromises, and when they do that, I don't give a damn what branch of society is. They are not there. All right. Okay.
Right. I'm not gonna show. I'm not gonna show my son a sign of masculinity being. And I want to be YouTube sensitive with the word, but I can't show my son that is still considered a guideline of being masculine. Masculinity, that part of procreation that he's gonna have to offer the world would be particularly a family with another woman, with a woman.
Yeah.
Can't offer that.
But my question,
You're missing one of those P's if
you're not got to be the husband.
You said what?
One of
them got to be the husband.
No, they're considered partners, equal partners. So that's a whole different story, right?
But the question I have is, how can you be masculine when you're when you're channeling your feminine, when you're in your feminine, you're moving in your femininity. So that's just like a woman who we say is masculine, and who's moving in her masculine. She can't be. We want a woman that's feminine. She can't be feminine if she's moving in masculinity, and a man can't be masculine if he's moving in his femininity. So it doesn't It has nothing to do with nothing with sexuality. But if he's moving in his feminine, he can't show me how to be a masculine man if he's acting like he's feminine.
That's why I brought that up earlier.
I just want to say this real quick to Kit. She just said this combo is ultimately skewed. Ma'am, no, because you're a female, a woman. You have no place in the conversation in the first place, because women can't dictate what masculinity is or what a man is. If y'all could, you would have picked better or chose better. So either sit and listen and get the game, or keep on thinking you know what a man is supposed to be.
Well,
do you feel that she has a sense of masculinity?
What? No, she know what a masculine man feels like. She know what a masculine man feels like.
If we take it off of Kit, we got to look at the majority of what Black women are saying. A lot of them are saying right now that everyone has a mix of both masculinity and femininity, and that's their guys to say why they're more masculine, right? So. She said, "Yo, you stupid."
And that's what I said in the beginning of the conversation. It's going to be a lot of that going on, because of everything I stated, the community and other people's feelings. But in order for you to have that masculine energy that we're over here talking about, you definitely got to be a male. You have to do male things.
Male things.
And a female or somebody that doesn't want to live in in their body cannot do that. There ain't no shade, but it's no way possible, because you're already missing some of the ingredients to get there. You know what I'm saying?
And I want y'all to look at it. Like, look at the comment though. Little Murder on Valley didn't act feminine. That's a daggone TV show. That's why y'all don't look.
It's not reality.
Sometimes y'all just need to take a seat and just be quiet. Yes.
Quick was going to say something.
Well, Wall Street was first. Wall Street had his hand up first.
Fact, right? We said protection is a portion of masculinity, right? It is an absolute fact that there's gay dudes out there will whip you out.
Hey, he go.
Drag you out by your
ankle. He go, man.
That's not the form.
Nah, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying though.
That's not the form of protection.
No. Listen,
I learned that in boxing.
But he's protecting his partner.
Fall down that rabbit hole. And I simply wanted to say, not all men display masculinity. You can do with that what you will. We don't have to.
You're 100% right about that.
Because then you can fall down a rabbit hole. When now you got to have.
We're not saying that all men are masculine, right? This is the world that we live in today. Not 100% of the men walking around this earth are masculine.
How do you all feel about what I said before? What you said you disagree with, Mingo? When I said that women a lot of women use the phrase of "you're not a real man if you can't handle a single mother."
Oh, I misheard you then.
So now, hold on. Now, with me saying that, right? So now, how many of you all have gay friends?
What are you trying to?
No, I'm just asking. How many of y'all have gay friends?
I don't.
I do. I got some homeboys from my school that I knew since we was in elementary school. I got some gay friends that I've met up here. It's cool. So now we're here talking about something that we really, unless you know them, you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's why
and why is that a topic of discussion? We should be talking about something that we have knowledge of.
It was brought up in the comments, but either way, it was a question and we want to have engagement. But
do we know? Do we know whether they can be masculine or not? This is our opinion.
Man.
No, it's to me. You got like I said, you're right. Everything is subjective, right? But you have to look at it like this, man. There's some things in this world that you gotta hold fast to. Men are men. You're a man because you're able to add on to this world. You make the choice to procreate. You're a man because you build, could homosexual men build? Yeah, they could build things. They could use their hands like us. You know, there's some that you wouldn't even know that they're feminine at all, right? Or that they're doing something outside of that at all. And that's fine. It's not about that. It's more about the fact of we're talking about complete and utter masculinity, what have been known for history to make this world what it is today, even bringing children into this world. You have to hold that as a full masculine man.
I don't have any kids. Does that make me less masculine?
All right, stop.
No,
Stop.
but you're making a choice not to. But if you wanted to, you could, right? And also, you're
Hell
not choosing not to. It's not like you're choosing to go to the other side not to have kids.
This is what I say about rabbit hole, though, because I'm not all a man that's incapable of having children less of a man. There are men that can't have kids. So that's what I'm saying. That whole being steered down that path with that question, that was just a rabbit hole. One of the parts of masculinity is control, right? So let's control this conversation. We can move right on. Like, we got
no, I honestly
Wall
don't
Street
even
got
want to jump
furniture.
down
Look
that.
at it.
Yeah, he got furniture now. I honestly do not want to jump crazy down that rabbit hole as well because YouTube is sensitive to that topic. So, touched it. We can move on from that specific topic.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to drop kick him.
You weren't about to do shit.
I'm about to drop the hell out your ass just now. Some empirical facts. God damn it.
You weren't about to do shit.
I'm about to let you know. All right, go ahead.
So, Link, you look like you was about to say something, man. You had something.
Nah, I just knew this conversation was gonna go like this. Yeah, because everybody has their own perspective of, you know, what masculine is, and you can get the same answer no matter which way you do it. I'm like, because it sounds like there's gonna be a lot of controversy on this topic, and you can say, oh, it's just I'm handling my responsibilities. My responsibility to be a male to do this. Yeah, it's too much.
But it's good though because it's needed. Because it's one thing that our women are constantly trying to challenge on us. They're constantly trying to say that the straight black man isn't masculine enough. So they have to pick up their masculinity.
I think we focus on the words nowadays more than the actions. Like automatically, like the definition of what people change stuff to fit what they want nowadays is wild. You know what a masculine man looks like. You know what it looks like. It's like a picture. You look at that, that's masculine. You know, it ain't hard to tell.
Well, look,
you know,
since everybody know what a masculine man is, then how about y'all tell me what does a masculine man do?
Build.
If you can't tell me what he does,
his responsibility.
Hey, listen. We had to learn. So go ahead, break it down, chill.
Okay, so a masculine man, he's useful to everybody that's around him, the woman, his kids, and the whole entire community. He's also the person that you can call. That if he gives you advice, he's gonna say either you call me first or you call me back. When I don't hear dudes talking like that, man, y'all don't have an idea what a man is supposed to be and what a man is supposed to do. And if you make a compromises in your relationship from your woman, stop talking about masculinity because you lack it.
That's good.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a good start. That's a good start for everybody to start. You know what I'm saying? For it to start clicking and being like,
so here's when you say that masculine men should never compromise, are you saying that all world leaders, that all politicians aren't masculine? Because we're gonna have to compromise when we deal with each other sometimes.
Oh, Wall Street.
So that's different. That's different. Wall Street. That's logic, right?
Exactly.
When you're dealing when you have to deal with world leaders, right? And they have to compromise. You're talking about a decision that could affect the whole world. So there's usually multiple minds that's in it. It's never one world leader unless it's a 100% dictatorship that involves that one mind. But when you start dealing with
Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down the sidewalk right in front of us, right? I think that a lot of issues that we see when it comes to black men hurting other black men is because no one's willing to compromise.
What?
So now you're gonna kill.
What?
Well, give us an example, Chill, of the non-compromisable things we have to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
let's start in the relationships. I see a lot of dudes in relationships where they have one political belief, but their woman got a whole entire different political belief. That to me shows a weak man, because first and foremost, you are supposed to shape the woman that is in your house. If she ain't got the same belief as you two nuts is voting against each other's better interests. And that to me is just a weak motherfucker just following along, just going along with the get along. That's one example. Anybody need another one?
Okay, so let's go by. We're going to keep your examples going, right? But let us answer to them. So political stances. I'm neutral. I don't give a damn about either side.
So your woman should feel the same way if you molded her. If you didn't, then that's just telling me you ain't the leader that you think you are.
Well, I mean, she don't give a damn either.
Exactly. Keep making excuses. You already know the answer.
You saying I'm making excuses when she feels the same way I feel.
So he just basically agreed with you, Chip. He basically saying, okay, yeah, I don't give a damn either way, and his wife don't give a damn either way. So he's on the same page with you.
But what about the people who situation ain't like that? They in conversations where their women are saying things that they really don't agree with, but they too nervous to check them or say anything because they like, man, shit, this might be the best I can do. I don't want to fight. I don't want to. Man, that's a dude making too many compromises, and women know that.
So our women can't have a different opinion than us?
Man, if you are the head of your household, the whole idea is to get the family to see the world through your eyes. If you can't do that and you got others' opinions in it, then brother, you ain't a leader. You just a
but damn, ain't two set of eyes better than one?
What?
Ain't two set of eyes better than one?
Are you the leader or are you
not? Yes, but have my back.
Eyes then?
Yes, but have my back.
Then explain it.
If you see something I don't see, let me know about it.
Explain it in a practical sense that works in real life scenarios, because people just love talking, like you said, buzzwords and all of this jazz. So give me a real life scenario of what you're talking about, because I can't.
Shout out to my man Matthew, because you almost had him, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm back. I disagree."
We have
Matthew.
Hey.
Each person you meet have grown up a different walk of life, right?
Yeah.
So our experiences are going to be different. I may have a belief that I feel like is absolutely correct, a strong belief in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I may learn something different from my wife that she may tell me another aspect of how she grew up and so on and so forth. So now, you know, if you're talking about who's going to make the last decision, quite naturally me, but that's something I can learn from. And she can learn from my aspect of it. You see what I'm saying?
No.
But when you do shit like, well, if she have a different belief than you or different thought than you, and so on and so forth, you weak. That's some bullshit.
I agree, because in reality, right, I'm a leader regardless, right? You can disagree with me, but you're still gonna follow, right? If you're a part of what I'm building, you can disagree, but you're still coming where I lead. So that doesn't just because the man's wife doesn't always mock his opinions. There are guys, chill, whether you believe it or not, that don't even really want that. Like they don't want a parrot.
Yeah, I run into guys like that all the time, man. They'd be like, "Yo, hey, where your woman at? Oh, she out at the club. She come back at 2:00 in the morning." Yeah, I see them dudes.
No, see, and that's a different situation. But when it comes to making a decision, yes, I believe that the man should ultimately make the final decision. But there's nothing wrong with consulting his wife to see where she's coming from, to see what her thoughts are on a topic. I mean, even like in Proverbs 31:26, it says, "A woman provides wise." A woman provides wise.
I ain't going to Bible study.
Well, I'm bringing it in here. So anyway, a woman provides wise counsel. But at the end of the day, Quint, you said the same exact thing. So what are you talking about? Because it says a woman provides wise counsel. So you can look to her and ask her a few questions and see what her thoughts are. But ultimately, as the man, you're going to make the decision. And I think leaders, CEOs of companies, things that sort will wisely look for other people and people in positions of power to ask the questions to, but their ultimate decision is theirs, and they're going to fall on that sword, whether it's a positive one or a negative solution.
I agree.
So I mean, that's how I look at it. But as far as the club situation, no. If your girl's going to the club and you don't want her there, then that's a whole nother situation. Because if you're not someone that wants your woman in the club, she shouldn't be there.
So that's something.
You know what I think? I think we talk a lot and don't listen because we don't understand chill. We don't listen to chill. I do. I understand chill. Have any of you all been with a woman that says no man is ever going to hit on me because the last dude used to beat on her? No man gonna control me because the last dude used to control her. She'll have told you all on several occasions that he was the simp. He was this. No, I'm serious heart attack. I'm serious heart attack. He told you all on several occasions that he was the simp in his first marriage, that he was all these negative things that he can't stand now. That's why he's so hard when he say what he got to say. I understand the brother. I love him.
That's a good segue into another portion of masculinity, which is confidence. You gotta have the confidence to just go your own road and say, yeah, whatever he's talking about over there is great. I agree with what this guy's saying. I'm going to take that from him. But at the end of the day, I'm confident in my path. And then, you don't take in energy that might be negative for what you're trying to do.
Oh, so I just always find it weird when dudes are like, oh, look, to each his own. But I pay attention. My antennas go up when I hear a grown-ass man say, man, yeah, you don't take in energy and you start to sound like them chicks that be reading them tarot cards, man. I get nervous about dudes like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? When I hear words like dusties, right?
You want to know what a dusty is?
When I hear dudes really, really critical and nitpicky, that's feminine to me.
Okay. Do you want to know what a dusty is? Do you want to know what a dusty is, Kenny?
When a man talking, and his pouty lips and all, that to me is effeminate.
Man, don't say that. I done done that shit before.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
Exactly.
Man,
so everybody, you always want to know what a dusty is. A dusty is somebody who's not going to elevate your life, nor do they have the ability to. See, that's what a dusty is. That has always been that.
What year was that word originated?
Shit.
And what was it called before it was called a dusty?
They were saying dusties back in the 90s.
It was calling them scrubs. They was calling them all types of wild.
Early 90s. Yeah.
I never heard dusties before this year.
I heard dusties. Oh yeah, I used to hear dusties when I was young.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's always been a dusty. You can find a dude that's well dressed and everything, but he's a dusty because when he come in your life, he ain't gonna elevate shit. Just like in the community, he ain't gonna elevate, build nothing. He's just there taking up space. You see him when they age out, 50, 60-year-old dudes still trying to rap.
Mingo, we can cuss now, can't we?
Let curse, man. Let it off, man. Let it off.
Yeah, so it's a lot of dusties in the population.
Well, you know,
I'm just doing the math right now.
What about a person who can build the community, but no one wants to listen to him?
Hold up, kid. Who the dusties you talk to every Sunday?
Wow.
In her masculinity.
You're talking about her dating life, then
she in her masculinity right now.
Yeah, she in her masculinity.
If she talking about the dudes that she be dating, then I believe her.
Oh wow.
I tell you what, though.
Once you touch one, I mean, because she's definitely friends with one, but once you touch one, they always around.
Wow. Shots fired.
Hey, where's that special noise at? Where's that special noise at?
I keep forgetting about that.
You got to move them together. You got to move them beside each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
These two right over here, just like
there you go. Hey, I ain't want to be in between them and get hit.
Yo, y'all stupid.
Oh my Jesus.
All right. So where we at, man? What we doing?
Hey, Chill, I'll give you an example though of when you say people that don't do anything for the community and so on and so forth. I give you a situation of where the community is resistant. I've had a friend of mine tell me that that worked at the same company that we work together, what have you, and he said, yeah, back in the day, people said that you thought you knew everything, but they always came to me asking me questions.
Right.
So if I don't know shit, why you coming to me?
Because I'm gonna tell you why. They probably feel like that you the man. If you don't know it, you know how to go and get it, and that is a part of masculinity, man. Because hey, look, I tell brothers all the time, man. I know a gang of information, but if you ask me something that I don't got the answer to, I bet you I can go
I'll
and
find
get
it. Yeah.
I find it and I bring it right back to you. I will bring it right back to you, and that's very important, man. You got a bunch of dudes out here talking about something they know what being a man is, and they just out here saying all kinds of reckless stuff out their mouths, sounding like their mamas, but don't nobody never check them. Don't nobody never say them. I mean, they just be going on a rant saying all kinds of craziness. Now, and that's when men need to step up and be like, man, we can't look, man, we got to shut that mess down. Nah, dude, the stuff you saying is just no, that's not how men move, man. And when we all move in the same way, let me tell you what's going to happen. When men stop all this fucking bickering and everybody are saying, well, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. No, men move in one accord. And guess who gonna follow? Everybody else. Okay?
Right.
That's how I do. That's how you do it. That's it.
Right. And I'm with this comment right here. He says, no real man should ever, 1, whine to other men, 2, roll his eyes, or 3, roll his neck.
Foundational Black dropping bars.
But can't he snap his fingers?
Because he's like me. FBA.
I never seen a straight man rode in neck. What?
Right, roll their neck. I don't know that. Yeah.
Or snap their fingers after that.
Listen, man.
I'm just saying, he didn't say you can't snap your fingers.
I wanted to talk about the alphabet community. There's a lot of rolling necks and snapping fingers and all that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that snapping that finger after giving someone dap. That fit in there too.
Hold on.
Yeah, it fit in there. Yeah, that little saucy snap. Y'all stop that. That's not masculine. Nope. I drew the line.
Hold on. See,
I drew the line. Nope.
We talking about culture.
Hey, me and Mingo both do that.
Not. Y'all cut it out. That's it.
Yo, Link, I'm with you on that one, Link.
I always hated that. I just wanted to let y'all know I hate that. I hate it.
It can't be closing your hands either, right? Be talking like this right here.
Yeah. Oh no, the air. What is that? Air palm. What is that? No, don't do that either.
Snatching souls out the air. We ain't with that. We don't do those.
I thought dude do that.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let that be known, y'all. No more of this. I don't want to see that. That's it. It's banned from tonight.
If you slap a good hard gap with somebody, you can't pull loose and snap it.
None of that. None of that snapping after that.
You talk to LeBron about that.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna have to have a talk with him.
Oh, with the baby powder and shit.
Y'all stupid.
Oh my God.
Nah, man. Listen, everybody got a point, right? Except for the snapping the fingers thing. I don't know. I guess what matters is how you snap your fingers. If you snapping it and you putting hand movements after the snap.
Yeah, you got a little sizzle with it. Hey.
Yeah, that's a little
snap your fingers to your stairs.
Yeah. If you look like Fabo at the end of it, that's too much.
Yeah, because I know a lot. All right. So listen. Let's talk about this. Do y'all consider because what I feel like is a lot of women think the gang culture men are masculine. Do y'all consider those men more masculine or feminine? The gang culture.
Gangs?
That's in gangs.
Oh, the women already know. Let me tell you.
Well, I don't feel
know that they're not masculine. They know they're not. They already know. They know that they're overly emotional because these are the only guys that sit up there and argue back and forth with them. You know what I'm saying? Women know. That's why they do.
Let's get it right. You saying G-A-N-G?
Gang, yeah.
Yeah, like
G-A-N-G.
Gang bangers.
Like gang bangers, like
blood,
the pew pew.
Bloods and Crips.
Like,
okay.
Oh, let me not throw no sign.
Crip from the country, boy. He like
Yeah, he's like, what is that?
Bunch of
We
Crips
around
No,
here.
I just want to make sure I knew exactly what you were saying.
Yeah,
no, gang members. Yeah, gang members.
so I think women kind of choose these guys because they got that, they look like they got that edge, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I know that they choose them because they can, you know what I'm saying, emotionally dominate these dudes, get them to do things that a dude who, you know what I'm saying, a masculine man, he gonna look at you and be like, what? Nah. He gonna tell you no. But them emotional dudes, man, they ain't got no umph. That's why they out here shooting everybody, man. Because these dudes is they wild cannons, they loose, man. They emotional. And hey, look, yes, foundational black, FBA all day, baby. What up? But these ladies know, and no, these guys aren't masculine whatsoever, man. Because part of masculinity is, you know what I'm saying, self-control. You know what I'm saying? You can get, you know what I'm saying, a heated argument, somebody can scuff your shoes, whatever. But the first thing you ain't thinking is to blow somebody damn head off, because now you're throwing your life away. And whatever you done built or trying to build, that's done. So I mean, these dudes don't move as men. They move as, you know what I'm saying, mama's boys out here looking for a daddy, truth be told.
So I
I don't
know
know.
at
Yeah,
least.
you're right. Yeah.
I don't know very much about the gang culture, but oh, my bad, man. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll say it out.
I don't know very much about the gang culture, but what I do know from the outside looking in, I think they are a lot of followers.
Oh yeah.
You know, there are a lot of followers that depend on someone else to validate them, and that's why they do all that idiotic stuff, because you know they're looking for the OGs or whoever's in the gang to validate them, or whoever their fellow gang members are. So while it is an aspect of masculinity, it's not positive, and it's not a leader.
I don't, and me personally, I don't even like to use that word toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
But
I hate when they say that.
I hate that word, but if you do have to look at those type of men, it's like Chill said, they're overly emotional, which is more of a female trait. The wonder has always been when I was younger is like, why are women so attracted to that? And I see men that were not raised in that lifestyle with that culture, chose the culture mainly because they felt like women liked it. They felt like
And
they
they
could
do.
get the women, yeah, they felt like they could get the women that they want if they joined the gang. And in a lot of cases, like you said, Quint, they do. Hmm?
I mean,
What you say, Wall Street?
I said, and do they get the women? I mean, for me, this one is a rabbit hole, right? Because if you're saying that gang members are just innately not masculine, you're saying that Nipsey wasn't a masculine man, right?
Well, I didn't say they wasn't masculine. I said it's not a positive masculinity.
Guy, hold on.
this dude is so corny, man.
This is a guy that, right? Some of the people that talk the most, you know what I mean, couldn't themselves from that man. Would whip you out and drag you down the block by your ankle, right? We're talking about a man who bought a business in his community. So if we're going off of the things that we've already defined and laid out on the table, I'm not going to say that this particular.
So, I'm gonna jump in.
Rabbit hole.
I'm gonna jump in. So when you're talking about Nipsey Hussle, Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah, Nipsey
Yeah.
Hussle. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle.
I'm not. I didn't listen to his music, but no disrespect to his family or whatever. But the whole thing is this: when you talk about men like that, those are different types. They build things, right? Those men offer things. They may have made mistakes when they were younger. They kept the culture going, unfortunately. But what they did in their community is something a lot different than what most are doing. When we talk, we can't pick out the fruit, the lowest fruits out of them and say that's the majority, right? We got to look at the majority of people that's in those cultures. Those are not the type of men, like you wouldn't consider, like Nipsey wasn't out there literally, I don't know his past, but I would imagine that he wasn't really out there just because he'd have probably been in jail more so than any. But then he built himself up right. I can't knock those type of men. But when I talk about those other emotional type of men, where like Chill said, you step on my shoes, your life is over. I'm not going to call you a man if that's the case.
And you know, here's the thing. If we're gonna discuss that culture, we might need to just dive into a little bit how it was created. So with the whole thing in LA, for the spook hunters, right? If you listen, you might understand. Just relax. Don't be masculine, right? So,
Masculine.
so if you look at how some of these things,
won't he do it? Won't he do it?
He said, wow.
Oh,
Hey, but
man.
you know what? But you know what though? I look at Snoop Dogg, right? People will look at him as if he's inspirational and all this and all that. But of all the achievements that he's had, this mug gets up on the stage on the Super Bowl, one of the most viewed events during the year, and Crip walk all across the fucking stage. And I'm like, come on, man. Why all the achievements that you've done and you want to get up and represent that culture to the kids that's watching you, knowing that they're not going to get into a gang and do what you did. That's not the route to take. You know, that's just me though.
I agree with you, and I agree with you.
But some of those, so in some situations, in some instances, some of those guys don't necessarily have a choice. They either have to pledge one or pledge the other. But for the most part, there are a lot of guys who are lacking fathers, or they feel like they have no hope, they have no direction, so they join these gangs. And they get a sense of, I guess, feeling or belonging. So because they're missing that piece that the man in their life should have or should be. So I don't think a lot of there are men in there that are acting out of their emotions, which is a feminine trait. And so you want to go kill a guy because he stepped on your shoes, like Chill said, but then you're going to go to jail for 30, 40 years.
Quest, watch it.
And which things are happening there? You know, so you make your own decision. But yeah, some of those people have to be in that situation, and necessarily to get through life. And some of those people just do it because they don't have a father and they're looking for that hope.
So
hold on. I wanted to say something in response to what Quint said. So he was bringing up Snoop Dogg and how he was walking across the stage and everything. I do want to point out, we can't use that to denigrate what he's done, because first of all, that's what he's known for. He's known for being an entertainer. That's exactly what he is. And on top of that, see, a lot of people don't want to point out what he is doing. Like him and Master P, two real businessmen, they sued Walmart because Walmart was sabotaging their cereal brand. See, that part of manhood that a lot of dudes don't pay attention to. You want to pay attention to his job and what he's doing. He whopping and smoking blunts and everything. That's a part of his image. That's a persona. But look at his man side, his business side. The part that you need, you can look it up right now on the phone right now. Him and Master P sued Walmart, which is a big conglomerate.
Man, fuck him and Master P.
About being a man.
You know what? You know what?
Stand down. And
Chill. That little boy that was in the video with his father, right?
Huh?
You think he know about Snoop Dogg and Master P suing Walmart for some cereal?
But see,
that's a big. So suing somebody is a big accomplishment, right?
But he ain't gonna know. No, it's not even about just suing. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, when men who understand manhood start talking,
I was with you, man. But it's
I created something. Like if grown man, he created this channel, right? But now somebody trying to muscle in on what he created and what he built, and they trying to cut him out of his own profits. What you gonna do? Take it and lay down? Quick walk across stage? No, you're gonna stand up and you're gonna fight it, and that's what they're doing. That's just showing other black men how to hold your own, how to stand 10 toes down on what you built. Masculinity.
Stop. Well, hell, if they would have been what about the business practice, right? They wouldn't have got taken advantage of. Number one,
is that
but number two, I don't care what you say. Crip walking is never positive.
You just focusing on something wrong with you, man. You one of them country dudes that just be focused on.
I mean,
you call it what you want.
But Quinn, here's the thing: you're focusing on that. If you want to focus on the gang situation, I mean, this whole outfit was a gang rag. So
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And that's probably what you be focusing on more
This
than the
nigga,
Crip walk.
this nigga 50 years old, crip walking. Come on, man.
Ninja.
You could have just saw Kendrick Lamar's pop-up concert where a bunch of 50, 60, 70-year-olds out there crip walking.
But he had Crips and Bloods at his concert though, right?
Oh man, you worried about
he had Crips and Bloods there, right? They were all getting along, right?
Yeah.
Did you see any violence at that concert?
Not a lick of it.
Okay. So that was positive, right?
Yeah, it was positive.
Okay.
The whole thing was positive.
That's like Crips and Bloods getting along.
Yeah. So now what?
So
you
see what the problem is that, you know, when we start looking at that culture, why I take that out of the masculinity realm is because we need to dead that. Ain't no different than us having like the nigga conversation the other day. That is something that needs to die. That gang culture has to go. And I get what Quinn is saying. For a man that's gonna crip walk or whatever across the stage and you know, promoting the colors, yes, he himself might also have a lot of positive things going on with it, but there's still a lot of dudes in LA that's fighting a war with each other. There's still a lot of dudes in New York that's fighting a war with each other because of a color. You know what I'm saying? Because of a red or because of a blue or because of a yellow or because of, you know what I'm saying? And we straight up are committing straight, you know, I wouldn't want to say genocide.
Treason of black men.
It's not that much of us dying over it, but you know, it's still a good sizable amount that has been dying off of gang culture. So I get it. Being a 50-something-year-old man still promoting gang culture, even though it's part of his brand, it is wild.
And niggas always representing somewhere that they don't own anything. Represent a city, a state, a street, all this bullshit. I mean, you know, I'm a country boy, right? North Carolina. I've never went to another place. I've never went to another place and told them, call me NC. Call me Carolina. But motherfuckers from others, from bigger cities always go places and try to get their name after their cities. And I'm like, well, if you die, do the mayor know who you are?
Well, I mean,
do the governor know who you
that's
are?
just given, though, Quint. Sometimes,
so why are you representing this place so hard?
Sometimes if you're from New York and you have the accent, that name will just be given to you. Yo, New York, where you headed? You know, like, so I just hate the rabbit hole conversations, because if you're gonna try to make a blanket statement about gangs saying that these men aren't masculine, that's a conversation that's just gonna lead to a bunch of confusion. So
I never said they wasn't masculine. I never said they wasn't masculine.
But no,
all I said is they were followers.
What's up, Professor?
No, I just have a question, man. If we as adults, as older men, were trying to teach a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid how to be a man or how to grow up in a man, what would we do? What would you guys? What advice would you give these kids? Because for me, I think that's more important than gangs. I think we need to teach the younger generation what it is to be a man, because a lot of them, unfortunately, don't have men in their lives. So for me, I was like, for me, a better conversation would be, how can we impact the greater youth?
Yeah, now I want to hear what everybody got to say.
I like it.
That's a good question.
I go first. I go first. Leading by example. Leading by example.
What? That's all you're gonna tell
me? I came. God damn! Can I talk? Yeah, this ain't. Hey, I'm not Beans. I'm not some of my other brothers that's an easy win now.
Is it what?
I'm not gonna get frustrated with you. I'm gonna put you in your place.
How you gonna do that?
Let's compromise, brothers. Let's compromise.
So my thing is lead by example, right? So now every walk of life, you carry yourself as if you're being watched by kids. If you're being watched, you present yourself like the guy in the video said what character was. the person that you are when no one's watching. So you carry yourself with plenty of character. You know, you have your own business, or whether you work for someone, you do what it needs to keep your family. You provide for your family and what have you. You be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, doing what you're supposed to do. That works in every aspect of life. Just being a quote unquote man, being that positive man, being that person that someone can come to when they need advice, when they need help, and if you don't know, you'll get the answer for them. You know, it's just how you carry yourself. Lead by example. That's a big one for me.
Right. Shout out to Hink, you in the building. What's goody, man? What's up, Link?
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Does masculinity have a dollar sign attached to it?
You damn right it does.
Hell no.
You want to know? You want to know how much it is now? So the American dream today in America now costs $3.4 million. There's an article put out by Investor Corp where you can get the breakdown. If you're a man and you trying to provide for a family, 2 kids, a house, and 2 cars? Yeah, the American dream definitely, being a man definitely has a price tag to it, because a woman ain't gonna respect you if you ain't the leader or the breadwinner of the household. If y'all doing the 50-50, it's impossible for her to respect you. So yeah, they got a price tag.
So clearly, my services are being too masculine right now. But
I see that.
I do.
Yo, you near your router?
Nah, I didn't get all that set up just yet.
Okay.
But the gang portion was a good segue into something that I want to point out. So at the end of the day, all young boys define what's masculinity to them, right? So you have to be very careful what you take in. If you're taking in the wrong thing from the wrong people, then it can stunt your masculinity. It can have you thinking you're masculine in areas that you're really working against yourself. So it's important as men that we're very careful with who we take recommendations, information from. Like, everything's not needed.
Okay.
All right.
I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. That was. But did you hear the question that Professor asked? Because that was a very good question.
Yeah.
What was that, Professor? Oh, in terms of teaching the kids.
Yeah. What advice would you give a young man that's coming to you for advice? Let it show. Let it show.
It is first off going to depend on what they're coming to me for advice with. And it's also going to, my opinion and what I'm going to tell them is going to be based on what they have in front of them, what they're dealing with. Do they have support? Do they not have support? Do they need to fix certain areas? Are they strong in certain areas? And then once you kind of figure out where that kid is, then you mold your conversation to what he needs. So the conversation about masculinity you might need to have with a kid that's just been initiated in a gang is going to be very different from the conversation that you're going to have with the kid that just starting in a university.
Hold on. Yo, William, I am surprised.
Yeah, nah, it starts when you give me 2 seconds without cutting me off. Not you, GMT, but we know.
I know.
Nah, but that is key first. Like, this is something I learned as a father, right? Advice is not tailor-made. It's never a cookie cutter thing. This advice that I'm gonna give, I'm not gonna say never, because there are certain fundamentals that as a man, there are some things, right? But when it comes to giving the best advice to children, you have to tailor make that conversation to what the kid needs, because you may give him the wrong advice that steers him in a way that's totally counterproductive.
All right. Well, what about a dude that's 23 years old? He's struggling. He's like, man, it's hard out here, man. Brother, you got some advice for me? You got a game plan that I can follow that can help me get my money up, my credit up? How about that?
There's a number of ways. There's a number of ways you could go. You could go professionally, career-wise, give them advice there. You could go to, hey, look, brother, you know, I think a good woman might be something that you need in your life instead of being out here doing what you're doing. There's some guys that need to slow
No,
down.
I disagree with that, Wall Street.
Yo,
Yeah,
man,
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
No.
man.
Come out. Let's be for real, right? If a guy's having babies all over the place and doing all types of monkey stuff, he probably needs to slow down. Telling a man to get a good woman and sit his behind down isn't necessarily always a bad thing. It's who you're tailoring the conversation to.
But you should be telling that man. You should be telling that man not to have kids, period, until he's married.
Exactly.
That's what you should be telling him. That at 16, that's what you should be telling the kid. Don't have kids, period.
But let's be real. Let's be real. There's a lot of situations where that 23-year-old guy is already coming to you with 4 or 5 kids. You got to tailor the conversation to.
So even if I had to tailor that conversation to a man that's 23 with 4 or 5 kids, he's done. I am not going to tell him to go to a woman to actually amplify his life because he's going to miss you.
You did a good job.
Why on earth would we want that man to now go ruin a 20-something-year-old girl's life?
Nah, I agree with you there. Let's not hinge it on that. What I'm saying is sometimes that will apply. You get what I'm saying?
Good job,
the advice that you should give shouldn't be that. Not saying that it won't apply in some cases, but why would you give that advice?
I'm gonna say this. Because a young man is coming to me, and this is the advice that I would give. You know what I'm saying? Even the fellas right here, even fellas that's in the chat, even people that's watching, for the men that's out there. If let's just say you were at a warehouse, you doing just regular warehouse working, right now will probably be a good time to get yourself a trade skill, brother. Get yourself a trade skill, and not only that, I mean, pick which one: HVAC, electrician, CDL. CDL is a big one, man, because with
welding.
Not only, welding as well, but with CDL, I really love CDL because I'm a man who like to be on the road. I do drive a lot, and I said if I'm giving somebody advice for, you know what I'm saying, trucking, when you get your CDL, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and get all your endorsements. That's going to open up a, you know what I'm saying, a whole new playing field for you. You're going to be able to flip your annual income at least, 2 to 3 times in 36, 40, 48 months. Come on, man. You ain't going to do that working with no regular ass company at entry level. And then you work your way up, wasted 10 years. You get fired, something happened. You get hired again. You got to start all over. Trade skill is where to go. Then while you're working on your trade skill, you start working on your credit. Start getting you a credit card, man. One of the credit cards that have perks and bonuses, and start utilizing it. Like, look, start utilizing the credit card for small things like your gas, food purchases and stuff. Make sure you have the money to pay it off because you want to make sure at the end of the cycling bill, you want to keep your utilization level about 1%. So you're not getting dinged up. That way you can boost your credit score up. When you're boosting your credit score up, start using the bank people money. So that way you ain't cash poor, baby. Start using your credit as leverage. And call me back when you start doing this shit. Give people advice.
But you know,
and I agree.
I agree with that. So, trade, right? If I had a young man coming to me right now and he has 2 kids, let's say he's 21, 22, and he done messed up and he has 2 kids. And I want to grow this man. What I'm going to tell him is fall back from women for a second. Let's talk about how you can now further your education through trade to build yourself up with your hands. Right? Because school might not, the likelihood is going in debt, going to college is not the way you need to go in 2024. Right? 100%. So I'm gonna tell this man to learn a trade, find out what's his skill. Does he have the gift of gab? Maybe he might want to be a realtor. Maybe he might need to be in those type of fields where he can use his mouth to sell. Or maybe he might be good at fixing cars. Maybe he might be good at doing what I do, cable. Maybe it might be, you know what I'm saying? And build yourself up along those lines. Don't go under no woman. Do not burden another woman. Don't be a burden to another woman until you can figure yourself out financially.
So here's the thing, right?
Oh, God.
Do you think that advice applies to a kid in Dartmouth? Do you think that advice applies to a kid in NYU?
Yeah.
This is why. Why would a kid from NYU go get a trade?
Okay, what do they have?
We're not talking about the man that's already in college. We're talking about a man that has 2-3 kids.
Okay.
Like I said, and his situation is, what do I do from here?
Because see, here's another thing when it comes to masculinity and manhood. Our young men need different things depending on where they're at in life. One of the biggest issues for young men who want to start families, who are doing the right thing, who are in college, their pretty much only issue in life a lot of times is women. So we have to be prepared to have that conversation with them as well. So that's why it's so important that we tailor make our conversation to the child. You get what I'm saying?
Why would you want to start a family in college?
Fellas,
hold on 1 second. What's up, Link?
Oh, okay, that was quick. Hey, I think one of the biggest things to really look at for a lot of these young men is to tell them, you're not entitled to the shit. At the end of the day, there's too much entitlement going on that I don't know who gave it to them, but I didn't have that. So I'm trying to figure out who's handing out all this entitlement to where people think that they are supposed to be given everything, or they feel like they can't lower themselves down or watch what they need to do in order to grow. Like you tell somebody that wants to be in a good position and says they want a house, like you were just saying, the next thing you know, they say, nah, I don't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go this route. It seems like a lot of the times when you give out information to these younger kids, they want to hear what you got to say. They want to be where you're at. But then after that, they want to just say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it my way. So you're just basically talking to a brick for a while. And these are one of the biggest things because they see social media, which is not reality. And they go off the deep end thinking that everything's going to be quick and easy, quick and fast. And then they turn around. Huh?
Microwave success. I'm with you.
Yeah, and they see these things, and it's a lot of these get rich courses and stuff like that, and they're like, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna do that, and then they go to somebody else that they actually physically can touch, and when they give them the game on how they did it, they're like, nah, that's not gonna work for me, or I need to do it this way, and that self entitlement that they've already had to where it's like, nah, it's the 2000s or whatever year it is, I can get this quicker than you can. I've already seen it done. So it's kind of like telling somebody something and then them going back and still not listening, still going the route they already, see every day in front of them.
Well, sometimes masculinity is washing your hands of people that you realize you can't help.
See, and that's tough too, because I think that everybody can be helped. I think everybody can be. I think some got a longer road. Okay, well, not everybody. But I'm not gonna say all. You can't say all to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't want to waste all your time and for a person that don't want your help. If a person don't listen to what you say or listen to the advice that you're giving them or what have you, they don't want your help. Simple as that. They letting you know they don't want your help.
Even if they keep asking for it, back to back to back.
They want you to give them that easy success.
Right.
Yeah, and the biggest thing of this is men making sure they're staying in their kids' lives. That will stop a lot of that. That period of point blank. That men staying in their children's lives. We have to have accountability, and that's part of being a man. That's the first issue. The second issue, I sort of agree with what Serge is saying, that the entitlement mindset is a woman. The entitlement mindset, but that's most black people. And the microwave society. Is that my audio?
No, I think it's blockchain.
Hold on.
I think we got some feedback. He's driving now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
See, I don't agree with Serge, and stop sloganizing that crap that man's saying. That's most black people entitlement mindset, but on welfare.
He's actually agreeing. He's agreeing with a lot of the thoughts you're saying, though.
I know he is. It still don't matter. That it ain't most black people that's suffering from entitlement. You got white people in general. White folks on goddamn welfare. That's entitlement. Stop doing that, man. Hey, look. Here's the thing about masculinity. Masculinity is on code. When black people start sounding off code, real men in the community gonna light your asses up. You better be careful. I'm telling you, y'all better be careful.
Yeah, but but going back to what you were saying, chill too. If you have a 23-year-old person with a couple kids, They need to put
that
their
book
head
down,
down.
man.
They need to put their head down and get to work. And sort of what Link was saying about they want that fast gratification. I forgot the name of the tree. There's a tree in Asia that you have to water every day for 7 years. You don't see that work. But on that 7th year, it actually bears fruit. So, and then if you look at a regular tree, if you look at a tree when you cut it open, the bottom looks like the top. So some people don't see what's growing in the dirt, and a lot of people don't want to wait and put that and grow in the dirt. They want everyone to see that flowers now. But some things take time. You got to water it and speak to it and prune it and things and then it grows and matures. So sometimes what you do in the dark, you got it will come to the light, but you can't. What's the phrase? The phrase goes, you have to do what other people want so you can live like other people can't. So you got to make that sacrifice for 3 to 5 years. Make yourself a better person, whether you're getting 1, 2, 3 jobs to make ends meet. But you have to put yourself in a position to be ready at 35 to 40 to now get back in the dating game to find yourself a wife and help continue to build whatever you build. But you can't at 23 try to find a woman to set everything right when you have 2 kids.
Right. Willie Beeman, what's goody, man? Blockchain in the building. Could you hear us? I know you're driving, you're on the road, so your reception's got to be in and out. I don't think he can hear. I don't think he
I think he muted us so the noise will go away, but he may be able to hear. He's muted.
This is and I can't even unmute him right now. He got to unmute himself. So if you get a chance, man, I'd love to hear your take on it. I did drop the link in the comment section for those that want to join and jump in the conversation. When you come in the back room, and
get on the
if I don't know you, show yourself on camera, and then I'll take you off camera if you want to, and you could join the show. All right, let's continue.
I think Chio made a great point. One of our things is that one thing with us is that we always take whatever title is given to us. Like he said, as far as, the people that feel like something's owed to them, that's not just us. That's not just us at all. Now, what I will say is that instant gratification, like I said, that's not just us, but a lot of people suffer from that. I mean, you and I talked about the restaurants, you go to it and they're trying to be millionaires overnight. They open a restaurant, want to charge top dollar, what have you, and serve bottom dollar food.
Welcome to Charlotte. Welcome to Charlotte.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Chime.
Man.
You ought to quit.
But you're 100% right with that, man. Like, what Link said as far as entitlement, the world owes us nothing. The world don't owe you no understanding. And that's something major to teach your children. The world owes nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we have to know that what we get, we got to fight for. We got to work hard for. And that's an important lesson to teach your kids, especially your sons. Hank, what's goody, man? You in the building. What's poppin'?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, dude?
What's up with you?
What's up?
My man Chill, what's happening now?
Hey, what's going on,
I know my man was so what Link was saying was he feels like everybody can make it. Now I don't think everybody's gonna make it. The good book says that everybody's not meant to make it. Some people have to fall by the wayside, and we need to let them people fall by the wayside so we can teach these youngins, hey, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Please believe I use that all the time, and I use my family members as far as teaching my daughter, my son. You remember your cousin? Remember what happened to her? She messed around, got pregnant early, couldn't raise them kids. Now she's struggling. Yeah, I use people's sorrows, downfalls, and as examples. We have to. We need to look at those examples so we can learn from them and try not to recreate the same thing. I did it with my father. My father wasn't the best father. All the father figured it out. He provided financially, but emotionally, he just wasn't there. I used his example, said, I'm not going to be there for my son or my daughter. My kid's not going to have to worry about that because I had to learn from his L's he had to take. Now, of course, it was due to for me and my brother. We the one had to suffer for it, but it was a necessary evil to make us better men. So I think some of these young cats, they're going to have to take them L's. You know, as long as it doesn't come to the life or the freedom, they got a chance to make it up, fix it, or correct it, whatever it is. So this is my thoughts.
That's
Big
a
hand.
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I agree.
So basically, it sounds like you saying they need to pay their dues in a way to enter masculinity, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And of the past, right? You know, I think as a culture, we need to get back into implementing the rite of passage for young men, giving them something to look forward to. Other cultures still do it. Our culture, we lost it. You just demand the moment your freaking penis can get off. So, you know, we got to stop that. And we got to start giving men a reason to feel and know that they're men, not a boy anymore, right? Not because you got this girl pregnant at 16 makes you a man. So there's a lot of work that we, especially in our community, got to do to build ourselves up. And it's going to take a collective of us, right? It's going to take men like us on the panel to have these conversations, right? And not treat it like, oh, it's just a conversation. It is what it is. No, these are important topics. This is stuff that we need to hear, and it needs to be more widespread. You know. Oh, go ahead, Chip.
I was gonna, kind of add on to that. Like, for this to work, each man, especially men on this panel, you need to focus on becoming a repository of information for the young ones that's coming up, man, because they're going to ask, man. They're going to ask, especially you out there doing what you're supposed to do. They're going to see the results that you produce. They're going to see your life. They're going to say, man, I want that. You got to be able to transfer that information to where it makes sense to them. Like I was telling y'all how I would give advice to young fellas that come up to me, how I would break it down. I ain't going to just give them a bunch of just nonsense. Once they done talking to me, they're gonna be like, damn, man, what the hell? How do I get started? You know what I'm saying? That usually happens all the time, man. People be like, well, I did this and I did that. And then they go on about their business. No, call me back. Call me back. Like, hey, look, call me back. After you go and get your license, your CDLs, call me back. We have to be a repository of information so we can transfer it to the youth. We could talk about this all day, but if we ain't doing that ourselves and we ain't transferring that information, then what we doing?
And Chill, something that you said earlier, even if you're not that repository for the information, because you're a man, you have that network. You can always point them to someone or some person that can say, hey, you know what, I don't know about that, but I know CDLs are great because my boy X, Y, and Z does that, and he'll take care of you. So you have to be, if you don't have that information, you should have a circle of friends that you can point a youth to say, hey, this person did it, this is how he does it. I will go talk to him. I'll connect you guys.
That's what it's got to be.
It's being useful to the group.
Yeah.
It's one thing. It's one thing like what I do is with the men that's around me for the most part. If I know you're building something, I'll hold you accountable. So for me, Professor, you.
I got a call last week.
You told me you was going to do something. I expect progress. And I need to hear progress. We're not just going to talk about doing stuff, and then a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and you're still in the process of working on it. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? You told me you was going to do something, do it. Somebody had to have, passed in your family in order for me to say, okay, I get why you're not where you said you was going. Other than that, we need to start holding each other accountable. Damn right. I have accountability groups amongst the men that I talk to, especially the younger men. I hold their feet to the fire. If you told me you was gonna do it, you better do it. That's it.
And that's how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Things move when we start holding each other, holding each other accountable, man. And then when you're dealing with somebody that want to cop an attitude because you holding their feet to the fire, that ain't somebody you need to be giving the game to. Let them figure it out on their own.
Right.
Yep.
I completely agree.
Keep the game alive.
When you say that, but you also was saying that you ought to be able to share with and teach everybody. And that's why I said some people ain't gonna make it.
Oh no.
I would definitely, you should definitely evaluate if these young bloods are serious about what they're saying by asking, what you trying to do? Don't talk about you want what I got. What are you trying to do with your life? And that needs to be some of the evaluation questions you need to ask. Because one thing I'm not going to do is invest my time, money, and energy, just like I wouldn't do a woman, into a young man who's not really serious about what he's doing. Because you got to show me you're serious about the works and how you act and how you respond to the information I got you. So I gave you this information. What are you planning on doing with it? Are you actually going to go through with what you say you want to do? Or are you just talking? Now, if you're just talking, I'm wasting my time. Because I guess what your friend right there standing beside you, he looked like he's intrigued. He looked like he's ready to go make a damn move while you sitting around twiddling your goddamn thumbs. Then I'm wasting my time with you. Let me talk to your friend because look like he's about his business. Young man, you keep coming to me. Hit me on my email and we can talk in the back chat and I'll get you my number and we'll go from there. He's not serious. You are. You might want to evaluate your friendship with this dude because he's not about his business. Circle yourself with people who are about the goddamn business. And like you said, if I love you and I care about you, then I'm gonna hold you accountable. If I don't love you, I care about you, I'm gonna let you fall by the goddamn wayside and do what you want to do. Because I don't love and care about you. But if I do, I will hold you accountable. And there's always ways how you do it. It ain't always got to be in your face type accountability. Professor, man, you remember what you said you was gonna do the other day? Man, what's going on with how you coming along? Is it coming along? I mean, is it something I can help you with? You need some advice? What is some what we talking about? What we doing? And just do it that way. It don't have to always be, man, I gotta break your arm and twist your arm and punch you in the face to get it. No, you don't have to do that. But there's different ways of doing that. Professor, if you on your ass and it's been about a month, get the fuck up, Professor, and do your goddamn job. What the fuck are you doing?
but you know what though? It takes you not being in your emotions as a man to be able to take that and and let that inspire you.
That's true.
Because some people won't get that emotional. Man, F that dude. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead, Professor. What you gonna say?
I was just gonna piggyback on what Hink said because as a basketball coach, I'm the same way. I rather take the kid who wants it than the kid who already that the kid thinks he already has it. So if you say you want to do X, Y, and Z, I'll put you in a position to get there. I've done it and I've seen it. But if you did not showing what the practice is, not putting in the work, complaining about the work we're doing, then I'm not going to deal with you. I rather keep it moving and deal with someone who's going to be here consistently and put the work in. Is going to work hard to get it done. So that's just a piggyback on what Hink was saying.
Okay. Yo, we got somebody in the building we haven't seen in months. What's good, Serge?
With a different name.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
I just wanted to speak nothing much, chill. Good to see you, brother. I wanted to speak to the entitlement thing because that's what
there you go
sparked me to come up here. Is my understanding of that is due to the fall of the homes, which is due to the weakness of men. What I notice is now women, their image of the home is far too frequently heard, and men are adopting these concepts. So the entitlement thing comes from the woman because women naturally are entitled to some things by men. So now men, what we're doing is we're running around with the entitlement attitude as well. Like we agree upon things like affirmative action. We agree on that the so-called white man holding us back. And I'm more of a proponent of if somebody is truly holding you back, build it yourself. And men are too weak today to actually say, let's go build it. We rather just go work for it. So I'm just saying that the entitlement thing is heavy within our community, and most Black people have the entitlement issue to where they're thinking that somebody owes them something.
Okay.
So
let me ask you one question, right?
Hold on, I'll answer real quick.
Let's look at something simple.
I'm just going to end this real quick.
Hold on. Who had the biggest problem with wearing masks?
I don't know.
He knows.
White people, right?
Oh, okay.
You said black people or white people?
So who feel more entitled? So who feel more entitled?
I don't get it.
All right.
All I'm trying to say is that we have to quit accepting these titles that people put on us.
Yeah.
You got to be a man or woman or whatever the case, but we have to write our own narrative.
I agree, but we got to.
You see what I'm saying? When you as a person let social media guide you, let what you hear other men or women say guide you that's negative or that's not positive, that's leading you, then you're the problem. You see what I'm saying? If you are one of those people that believe that a gold digger, you first thing you think of is a black woman, then you don't know about Anna Nicole Smith, Marilyn Monroe, and Liz Taylor, who were some of the biggest ones that ever done it, and they made those women famous for it.
But black people
So quit accepting those titles.
Yeah,
and be responsible for yourself.
Black people need to mind their own business and look within, especially when we're
everybody do.
All right, see, Quint, hold on, pause. Quint, look, learn how to see bait when bait is there. This could have been diffused a long time ago because, first of all, Black Americans aren't entitled. And there's no such thing as flat blackness. Stop saying black people because, first of all, husband, aren't you like Cuban or something? Your daddy is like Cuban or whatever. You're like Puerto Rican or something, bro.
Black.
All right. No, stop. Anyway, so Black Americans aren't entitled because we live in a country that owes us a debt that hasn't even been paid yet. So if you go talk to everybody else who done got their reparations for however they've been treated, all right? You go talk to them about entitlement, all right? Don't stop doing that. I don't like off. Hey, I get it. My man put the thing out there for you. You came on up with this off code mess, bro. Stop it, all right? Talk about the women in your community because flat blackness don't exist, all right? Talk about your ethnicity. All right, stop trying to hide under black people in general when that's not your ethnicity.
Fake news, chill. Does anybody up here don't consider
fake news?
You said anybody don't consider what now?
Is there anybody up here that does not consider me a black man?
What is your?
I don't know
anything about you.
Black or not?
Yeah, right, what's your parents?
I'm black.
What is your parents? Where your parents from?
Black.
Man,
where they from?
Where they from?
I'm gonna be honest. You're telling me you're not black now by not just answering the question.
Correct. Right.
Thank you.
My dad is.
Well, he answered the question. He said he was black.
Yeah.
Man.
But amongst men, though, he understands the question that was being asked.
Either way, that's neither here nor there. I don't know.
So you identify as a black guy. We got it. Cool.
Yeah, one second, Professor.
Right.
Either way, that's neither here nor there. Right. We were on the topic of masculinity, and you can add to that.
Sure. My view on masculinity is very simple. In it's men love what's right at all times and do what's right at all times, and that's simply it. But if you go,
won't he do it?
You go in and out, sir.
Chill, new name is brother.
So this whole entitlement thing kind of went wherever it was going to go.
Yeah,
but mostly what I was talking about was the kids that's coming up think they're entitled because they got more from us as parents. So now
it applied there. I agree with you.
But then he went to talking about black people as a whole being entitled, and the King of England made us entitled. I don't understand.
But see, that's what I was sort of saying when I was talking about the entitled piece too. But I'm mainly focusing on our people. So that's why I said black. But I was sort of on the same boat. Most kids are entitled these days.
Right.
I mean, get anything.
My brother.
Sometimes you gotta bring the direction of the panel where it needs to go, other than kind of all over the place.
Yeah, because he was going to another planet.
That boy was gonna go down the yellow brick road, man. Quick pass. He's like, he just got that weird blank stick.
He was in a sunken place, huh?
Y'all ever seen Radio? I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but go watch Radio and just tell me if they're looking like.
Hey, yo, GMT, did you get this shirt yet?
Hey, yo, chill.
Chill, sir. I'm gonna get the shirt. I'm gonna get the shirt.
Listen, I will have it by
Wow.
next Sunday. And you know I'm good with shirts. I will have it by next Sunday.
I'm gonna get mine on back order. I'll put my order in.
I was just saying.
So,
Hey, you just bought a house, I know.
Serge, I'm bringing you in for a little bit, but you know, if you have more to add to the topic, that's cool.
Yeah, it's hot out here in Texas, y'all.
They're like, hang glad.
You said it's so hard the devil's reconsidering his options, his decision.
So I'll just say this point, and I'll listen in, fellas. And if there's any disagreements, let me know. A man loving what's right at all times and doing what's right in all times. And so that may equate to you gotta live your life based on an order, which is man over woman. And a lot of guys buckle in that, like I have many times, because of the times and women, and there's these word games that, partnership, what's wrong with that? It sounds so innocent. But it's important that we love what's right at all times, because it doesn't matter if we got a lot of money or a little money. If we do right by the woman, like not lay with her unless we're going to commit to her, marry her. You can do that with millions of dollars, and you can do that with thousands of dollars. You can do that with hundreds of dollars. So just doing right by a person, just doing right by a person supersedes anything material, because that's more important.
I don't think that makes you masculine, though, or not.
Thank you for that.
It does make you.
Does at all.
It makes you a man.
I'll say this though, Serge. The only man that did right at all times at everything was Jesus. Like, men are gonna make mistakes. So
sorry, Quinn.
It's about man. Like, no one's gonna be perfect, so we can't put on men that you should get all things right and always make the right decisions.
Yeah,
you should learn.
But anybody can do that.
Being masculine is learning from your mistakes. Being masculine is willing to take accountability. I didn't handle this as well as I should have.
That's a portion of it.
When did I say that he wasn't gonna?
No. I'm not arguing with you, good brother. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying your commentary kind of threw us off a bit, because we couldn't really connect it to some of the things that we did agree on. And me and Chill don't agree on much.
No,
there were certain things that we agreed on, and certain things that have already been put out there about masculinity, and we trying to keep you with us. Stay with us, good brother.
That's gonna
So
be
do you disagree that a man loving what's right and doing what's right at all times? You disagree with that?
Man, that's bait, y'all. I'm telling you.
I don't feel like that defines masculinity.
I saw it because you got mad at Quint when you think he didn't see the bait. I saw the bait.
It's a blanket statement.
I saw it.
Why do you think
that's a blanket statement?
It doesn't define masculinity.
Because a woman can do all those traits too.
What are you talking about?
Everything you just stated.
Doing what's right at
all times. That's a human being. A human being needs to do that.
That's just
but it doesn't make her.
I agree.
That doesn't make her a man. See, the thing is, our relationship with women is actually pretty much the same. We have the same. We're supposed to be going for the same outcome. So it sounds very similar. We're providers, but she's providing too. A woman is not a non-provider. She provides a family. She provides a meal. She provides help. So it's going to look similar. But what I'm saying is, if you want to go into the details of should a man be the full provider of his home? Yes, every man should be. There's no custom relationship to where you do what works best for you.
But you said doing what's right. So that's what I'm underlining. I'm underlining the fact that you said doing what's right is what makes you masculine. And that's a trait that all humans should have.
Yeah.
That's not correct.
I just
we started this conversation talking about masculinity and men and what we can teach the community and all this and all that. We're not going into relationships and trying to drag women into this. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, where'd you
because at the beginning of the show, someone said that we talk a lot when women are on the panel or when we're talking about women. So today, what we're trying to do is talk about men and kind of leave the women out of it.
That sounds good, Q.
So I understand what you're saying. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. Huh?
When did I mention the women?
Man, we ain't doing that.
Look,
we ain't doing that.
So yeah, so like,
chill out, bro. Chill out.
Yo, see, that's one of the issues though. When you guys make a statement and it has nothing to do with what I was saying, Q just said something he said, yo, what we're trying to do is not bring the woman up. Yo, I was defining masculinity. Where did you get that from?
Yeah, but he brought
we were defining it through women. We were defining masculinity as men.
It came from when Link said that women do this exact same thing as doing the right thing at all times.
Yeah, doing the right thing at all times. Right.
So he said women can do that too. So that's where the women piece came in.
Right.
No. He talked about women. He talked about women and how you do with your woman and all that stuff before Link said anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
And we just wasn't going that direction. That's all I'm saying. We spoke about it earlier. We weren't going that direction.
All right, so it sounds like it sounds like we need to get back on track.
There we go.
But
yes.
Either way, Serge, great talking to you again, my guy.
Nice seeing you, buddy.
For sure.
Really appreciate you, man. Nice seeing you, man. And stay in touch, man. Stay in tune. We gonna.
For sure.
I'm gonna link up with you.
Stay in the
Y'all
comments.
smoke on that. Smoke on that.
Man, stay in the comments, buddy.
GMT, do you have that scene from you have that scene from the movie where it says I am a dumber for everything hearing everything you just said? I forgot the link. I forgot the movie's from, but nothing you said.
Chill out, man.
I'm not gonna look at everything he said and not take anything from it, because I mean he said some good things. It's just that it was the direction that it was just the direction that we weren't going. Everything wasn't bad.
I don't know.
Especially when
What's up, Hank?
Even just said, "Oh boy," so you know where I was going.
What's up, Hank?
No, I was gonna say, man, when we was talking about entitled, we was talking about a different form of entitlement than what he like Nick was saying. We talking about a totally different entitlement. And so once he started talking about that different entitlement, he just went left.
Yeah,
right.
Yo, I saw your face when he's. Yo, Hank was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was too.
I was trying to keep up. I was saying, maybe they talked about something before I was on the show. I don't know.
Yeah, so there was a while ago. He used to be on our show, man, and we were talking about that. But it was wild. It was
the same husband.
Yes,
husband.
It was wild. But husband, man, is one of a kind. Well, I tell you.
That's husband. Oh.
Yeah, that's husband. He's now Serge the whatever. I don't know. Serge.
That's like you said. Oh, you got a different name now. Oh, it makes sense.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
That boy, hey, he'll keep you engaged even if you don't want him. If you just tell him like, all right, I ain't trying to talk no more. He just gonna keep. Well, why this? Well, why that? Well, if you give me one answer, can you give me another answer? Like, yo, get away, Lucky Charms. God damn.
Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms.
You need to mentor that young brother, man. He was looking for guidance. That's all. That man looking for guidance.
Right. Yeah, you got to give him some of that.
Dope trait of masculinity, not being able to be thrown off. It's going to stay on the path that we've chosen, and salute to the panel.
That's true, Jess.
Look what Jess said. He had to change.
It's true, Jess.
Yo, y'all should see that episode, man. That dude was on there, man. It was wild, man.
It was bad.
It was horrible. I was like, I felt bad for him. I admittedly, man, it was like empathy went all the way out for him, man. He was just looking on there, looking up in the air and everything, like he just had no clue what the.
Yo, all right. Let's get off of my guy. He's off the panel.
My bad, man. My bad.
He's not on here right now. If he will, I can bring him back
get
up.
Work.
We could talk about him on Kendra G.
Yeah, I got a question. Who was it? I forgot. I don't know if it was him or who was talking about oh, that wasn't. Never mind. I'll be off. I'll leave it alone. I was gonna talk about the CEOs and he's talking about we need to forge our own thing. That was him. So never mind. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something about that. Leave it alone.
But yeah, man, look, getting back to this whole thing, man. I mean, everybody's gonna keep finding masculine in their own way, but the for sure thing is gonna always be you need to be useful to your community. You need to be useful to the circle that you're around. You know what I'm saying?
So can we all agree that there is a definite stance on what masculinity is?
You damn right it is.
So as much as we could all go into the tree branches of what masculinity has, with it, we could all agree that there's a bark to it, that we all know, yes, that foundation to what masculinity is, and it can't be changed, can't be broken, just like it is for femininity.
Yep.
Right. That I think that we all, as a certain level of men that respect each other, can agree on. Yeah.
Yeah. And it should be strength, courage, independence,
confidence,
and dominance.
Okay.
So, Sheila, let me ask you, because I when you brought that up, it kind of reminded. Why do you think there's a price tag on masculinity? Why do you say that?
I say that because masculinity, and why there's a price tag on masculinity, because women need masculine men, and they're looking for masculine men. Now, if you understand how women operate, they require a financial component to it as well. Not only just that, but how you are as a man. Like, look, right now, I said earlier before you came up that the American dream now costs $3.4 million. I don't care who you are, what state you in. This is a new norm that's going to be for everyone. And if you want to have that good life, you as a masculine man, you want to have to figure out how to get that thing, baby. You want to have to figure out how to get to that dollar amount in order for you to retire, in order for you to actually provide a life for that woman, to alleviate her of those stresses. There's a price tag to that. Manhood now costs $3.4 million. It used to cost around a couple hundred thousand. But as the inflation rises, the economy is getting harder and harder. Yes, Hank, there is a price tag to manhood. It really is, because being a man is a never-ending job. We all know that, right?
I mean, I definitely agree with that, but I don't agree with the part about there's a price tag.
Yes, sir. There's a price tag to it. You ain't gonna is being a man, is that free? Is masculinity free?
At its core, yes.
How?
Whether I have or don't have, I'm still a man.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
Yeah, you are. I mean, so
what makes you a man then?
If you make more than your father, you feel like
you're more of a man than your dad?
You make more than him.
Your dad might just be a better man than you were. You made more money. I don't define. And so
the example
I just see where the good brother Hank is going.
Hold on,
you're gonna let him answer the question?
Yeah, you're gonna let him. Wall Street.
Right.
So what's up, Tim? Tim, man.
Who? Me? All right. So wait, I want to hear him ask it again. What was it? What part about it that you don't agree with?
If you make more than your father, does that make you more of a man than your father?
Shit. Let's just say your father grew up in what your father 1950s, 60s, 70s. The dollar for them was a lot more valuable than our dollar today. So if you go out here and get it and you surpass your father, why the hell you not more of a man than he is? We got it a lot harder than what they got with the economy.
I gotta kind of agree with that though, because it gets convenient when you put a dollar sign on manhood. Like,
I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on, before you finish that.
For me, hold on. You landed. You landed, Spirit Airlines. Let's go.
Not Spirit.
I'm saying, right? I don't care. Like, whether I have it, I could lose it all, and I am still a man because I have the confidence I can gain it all back. A man isn't necessarily about what you have; it's what you do, and I think that's a huge confusion that a lot of people have. There are a lot of janitors that are much better men than P. Diddy. So you can't put just a price tag on manhood. I can't accept that because too many lanes to buy.
I do like what you just said, Wall Street. If you think about that, some men build themselves up, they lose it all. But the good thing is that there's still men and they can get it back.
I'll go get
So
it
that's
right
more
back.
that's more about what you do as opposed to
Yeah.
necessarily like that specific dollar amount.
And that's why I asked that question.
And
Because
I'm
it
gonna say
goes,
this.
I think it's all about, as a man, it determines the masculinity. It's about who you are as your core, who you are as a person. Because I could be a trash ass person making millions of dollars, but that doesn't make me a masculine
right.
man.
And that don't make you better than the next
rich
man.
but not a masculine man, not a stand-up type man, a man with
I don't know.
values and morals. That doesn't make me as a man. I wouldn't consider. Now, this is my opinion. I know, Chill, like you said, you have your own opinion,
Yeah,
definition of stand.
you
A
know,
man is, because you said you base it off a price tag.
yeah, it's a price tag on it. Like I said, man, masculinity doesn't fear death. Masculinity is defined by sacrifice. Masculinity does not, it don't respect weakness. Masculinity demands respect. Masculinity loves woman and womanhood. All right. So just those few things I said, you goddamn right. There's a price tag on manhood and masculinity. It is.
So are you saying?
Oh, I was going to say this because if you are now going out here as a man and you now create a family, what you do and what you build their survival depends on that. Your manhood depends on that. It's going to be graded by that. If your kids grow up wanting and they're missing things and you couldn't provide that, your manhood is going to be judged.
So Chill, are you saying it's a component of your masculinity?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
a component.
Provisions.
That sounds better because
a component.
But here's the thing, though: my masculinity can't be bought.
Okay, well, I think we could probably all agree on that. But when you make it sound like if you ain't got money, you ain't no man.
You ain't no man. Yeah, that ain't.
It's a very feminine argument.
You don't give a damn about the foundation of morals and anything else. You just talk about my pockets are big, so fuck you. I'm the man, but I'm an asshole. I disrespect my mother, my kids, and my wife. And I got money, so I'm that man. Yeah, I can't ride with that shit.
Well, hold on. What I'll also say is, though, the things that I really define myself as a man by, they can't be bought. You can't go get money and buy this that makes me a man and what I'm proud of. Like, money's the last part of it for me personally, because I define myself as a man by so many other things. So I think we got to be real careful when we put a price tag on it, because then any lame can buy it.
Right. Because you could have one and miss the other, and that's where the problem is, right?
Right.
You could be rich and miss character. You could be, poor and miss something else. So, and then in that case, it's like, okay, well, are you working on those parts? And that's what makes, in my mind, that's what makes you a man. The fact that you keep working. That nonstop, like we don't got time to rest. We take a day, we get right back on it. That's masculinity, that's manhood. So you might not be where you want to be financially, but you have that goal to get there. You might not be the best family man, but you got that goal to get there. You're learning, you're inquiring, you're going to men that know more than you, that's where you want to be. That's when you know you're in the right direction of becoming the man that you need to be.
Right.
Before we segment off into the next portion of manhood, because there's so much that defines it. Shout out to Foundational Black, man. I'm working hard to get one of those Kenny is right 100 hashtags. So shout out to the supporters. Keep doing what y'all do over there.
Kenny, how often are you right?
Occasionally.
10% of the time.
I at least get 2 times a day. A broken clock is right. What? I at least
2 times a day. Trash can gets a steak.
Right. Every trash can gets a steak. Oh man.
But Walsh, let me ask you this then, man. If you was advising your daughter on the type of man that she should have or she should look for, what would you say to her? It's okay if he's poor as long as he treats you nice?
Nah, I'm not selling her that because
and tell us
she's a gorgeous little girl, so she's not gonna have to settle for that, right?
You don't know that. You can't control her life. I'm just saying. What would you advise her?
I'm slim. My daughter's gonna be tall and skinny like me, right? So if I'm talking about different aspects of her when she's at that age and goes into the market, nah, you shouldn't be settling for anything broke. it's the last thing you should do. It's big girls with men that have.
So what's the advice? Give
But
it a game.
yes, what's the advice? Because what you're saying is the same thing women are saying. So what are you saying? What would you tell your daughter?
What's the advice you want to give
But
to
hold
young
on, but when you say that's the same thing women are saying, you ask me, am I telling her it's okay to go chase a broke dude? No.
No, that's not what I'm saying. She shouldn't be chasing, period. But I'm saying, what characteristics should your daughter look for in her mate?
Yeah, man. Come on, give us the frame of reference that you got.
So one of the things that I can always use is my experience. I believe wisdom comes from experience. In my dating experience as a man, which I think could slightly apply to anyone in the dating market, I would tell her to look for a man who actually has a family, right? Man and woman in the house. Most of the women that I've dated seriously, right? They were all being raised by single mothers. When I met my wife, she was honestly the first woman that I dated who had a family structure, and I immediately saw a difference in the type of woman she was. So I would start there, right? You want to look for someone that has a foundation and a family that you want to build. And so, like me, my mother was a widower. My dad died early, right? So around 12. So most of my formative years, I was raised without a man in the house. Thank God for me, my mother never brought another man in the house. But I'm just saying that to land my plane and say, just because you don't have that or come from that, which again, my daughter does. But just because you don't have that doesn't mean you can't acknowledge this might be a benefit. Maybe it's something I could learn from. Maybe it's something I could use to build what I want to build. So that's kind of where I would start, just in terms of my
longest. That was the longest way
Right.
to land a plane to say.
Absolutely
Make sure you
nothing.
deal with a two-parent household.
But did Will Smith
He
sum up
landed
on
on
this
water.
land plane or not?
He let that motherfucker.
He landed on water.
Thank you for flying Wall Street
We gotta get
Airlines.
that.
Hope you had a good
Look,
trip.
That was Soul Plane.
I'm gonna say this. Let's just say I'm an uncle or something. I'm in the family somehow, man. I'm like a distant relative, man. You don't really rock with me too well, but I came in and I heard you give that type of advice. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait till you turn your back, go to the grill. I'm gonna be like, look, listen, your dad, he cool, Pop's cool, but this is what I'm gonna tell you.
Damn, you gonna talk behind his kids back to his
Goddamn right,
They will
man.
do that.
People
People will do that.
Don't let
Watch
that
your
old
response.
nigga.
People will do that.
Damn.
Go ahead,
You wanna
King.
know why?
You ain't
Look,
Go ahead,
that's
King.
my Pops.
ain't
Hey,
shit,
man.
is he?
No, Pops
He
cool.
ain't shit.
No,
He
I ain't
ain't
shit.
shit.
But I'm gonna give
That's
you that's got
People will do that, and that's not a
fuck your
masculine
daddy.
thing to do. But let's
But listen,
continue.
all right, I'm gonna tell her, look, what you need to do while you're in
You
school,
right about that,
college,
Will.
or whatever, you need to focus on the nerds. You need to focus on the nerds. And I ain't talking about the geeky looking dudes and all that stuff. A nerd is simply a person who is focused. That's it. That's all a nerd is, who is honed in on his skills. All right. Now, nerds are always highly productive. That's what you need to be focusing on. All right. Put yourself in a situation to where you are around those. See, a lot of chicks go to school just to have fun. But truth be told, your next president could be in your class. That next CEO could be right there in your class. But how you decipher which one is which, class clown, always joking, always playing, move along. That dude that's into mathematician, he's definitely focused, he's productive, he said he's gonna achieve this and he achieved it. That's who you need to snatch up. That's who you need to stay next to.
Did you go to a 4-year?
Huh?
Did you go to a 4-year?
Who, me? What? I got a 9th grade education, baby. All my knowledge came from life experience.
So hold on. Let me just interject for a second. You're speaking on something you don't know.
No, that's false. I do know this.
Hold on.
I do know this.
In
And
these
you're
4
talking
years,
about who? I'm talking about what women need to look for.
in these
Me,
4
I'm
years,
gonna stop talking.
some
Ain't
of
nobody
the
talking.
same dudes
Damn it,
you're
Wall
talking
Street.
about are
This nigga.
sweeping the floor. It's a fact.
Never mind, man. Good luck to her. I
Yeah,
guess
that's
she
important,
had the best
right?
hands.
We're talking about me
Yeah.
and mine. Another thing about masculinity is you got to stop people in their tracks sometimes. I appreciate the advice. Keep that over there, right? Because I went to a 4-year, right?
Nobody's talking.
I don't
you
think.
went to a
Hold on.
4-year,
Let me make my
fool.
point. I don't think that's the best advice, and I think a lot of young ladies are rolling their necks right now, like, Oh, I remember Charles. Charles did me dirty. It's a fact. So I wouldn't think
bring
that's
your
the
wife
best
on here
advice for you to come behind me at the grill and try to get my daughter.
Can you?
Oh, don't do that.
No.
Do not bring your wife on this show.
No.
I got a question.
Here's the thing, right? Another thing about masculinity, right? You got to protect your own. So when Chill's asking me, get out of here. I'm not paying you no mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I know your agenda. I know what you're here to do. Now, if another brother who has a wife asks me, let our wives speak to each other, that's something I'm here.
It's only a couple of y'all on this panel.
Bring her on the show, the Grown Ladies Talking Show. I won't be on there. I'll just listen. All I gotta do is listen.
She might pop out. You know mine.
Okay, yeah, please make that happen. Make that happen because we got questions.
She might pop out.
Yeah, I bet.
No, but,
but what I want you to do is have a going back at you for at least one video.
What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say?
For at least one. You bring the stable out, right? You put 3 of these.
Wall Street. Hold on, Wall Street. Wall Street.
I promise.
Hold on.
Yo, when Wall Street is in the air, I want a damn bazooka sometimes, man.
Yeah,
my bad.
God damn. What you say, Hank?
No, I was gonna try to help my man Will out because y'all dog walking my man, Professor and Chill dog walking him. So as far as
what I was gonna say though, because I found the line.
Hold on, 1 second.
You still going, Hank? My bad.
Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say, the question you asked, what would I share information with my daughter? What I would tell my daughter, unfortunately, my daughter's already married, so that's not a problem. But
congratulations.
Thank you. I would definitely say it's not about how much money he's making right now. At the age when she got married at 23, I said, but what type of man is he? Honest man? Does he have his father or father figure in his life? Just like I told my son, don't marry no woman who doesn't have a father or father figure in life. I told my daughter the same thing. If that boy doesn't have a father or father figure in his life, don't mess with him. Because more than likely he's about as feminine as you. And that's a problem. And that's going to be an issue. He's going to be overly emotional, and that's not how you want to move. Make sure he has values and he respects his family. Make sure he's family oriented, just like what you are, and that's what I am and that's who we are. Make sure all of that is in play. Does he have a good work ethic? He may not be making a lot of money right now, but if he's working towards something, if he has goals and he has things he's trying to work on, and you see it by that, not just his words, but his actions, I can rock with that. Now, let me have a conversation with him one-on-one without you. Don't let him know what we're going to talk about, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll say, I like him, or I may not like him. I don't think he's one for you. I don't see it that get up and go like you told me you said he got. I don't see it. Now, maybe it'll kick in later down the road. Who knows? But I don't see it right now, so I don't think he's the man that you should be with. So that's what I would share with my daughter.
So the fact that Hank, I'm gonna get to you just now, Professor, but I that made me think about a question. I know Link, Wall Street, y'all have daughters. Do y'all feel as if you could go to your daughters right now and let's say they come to you and say, "This is the man that I want to marry," and, but before that, it's up to you to vet them out. Do you think if you said no, that your daughters would listen to you?
Man, she would. My daughter's like me. She will fight me tooth and nail to try to convince me, though. She would fight me tooth and nail. I think she'll eventually probably give in, but I know she'll fight me tooth and nail because she's like me. So yeah.
Right. What about you, Blake?
You already know how it's gonna be, but I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm gonna have to do some extensive research on whoever it is. If she's talking about she want to be serious with him, I need to know how he carries himself around people. He needs to, number one, respect his mother and father. If he don't do that, he out. I don't care. He's out. Because there's gonna be a whole lot of messed up stuff going on. If you see how he conducts himself in front of his mother, if it's a male, he gotta love his mama. You know what I'm saying? And he got to respect his father. If he don't do both of those, we're going to have to talk. I'm going to have to do some behind-the-scenes investigations and really find out who this guy is. Now, will she listen to me? Probably not. Because it's gonna be it's my life. You know what I'm saying? It's my life type thing. After a while, only thing you can do is hope for the best. You can't really say what she's gonna pick because we had this little interracial thing we talked about the other day, and some people may not want their daughters to go interracial. They still gonna do it if they feel like they want to do it. You can't stop them. So, but it's my take on it.
What about you, Wall Street?
I mean, my daughter adores me, and I've been successful at parenting and rearing a child to trust my opinion, to accept the things I say. But at the end of the day, these kids are human. And to a degree, there's always that chance they're just going to do what they want to do. But if you put the right work in and they build that trust in you, like with anyone whose trust that you have, they're going to trust you in your opinion. So I just worked really hard on my relationship with my daughter and building that trust. And I think we'd be all right. I got a ways to go, though, so I got time to figure it out.
Yeah.
So essentially you know what? She's still young, so you don't really know. But that's something you got to build on. I get it.
Yeah.
I got all boys. I got 3 sons, so I don't know. But what you going to say, Professor?
No, sort of like I told my daughter, man, when she turned 18, I said, my job is no longer to provide you with foundational information. My job is now to guide you in your life and to help guide you with your decisions. So for me, because you're ultimately gonna make the decision that you want to make, period. But I'm gonna help guide you down that path. So if the man, like there was, like everyone was saying earlier, man, if they respect their family, respect their mother, they care about the accountability and accountability and responsibility, economic competence. They have some idea what the economy is and stocks, Roth IRAs, have some level. They can pay their bills. They have some sort of vision that you can get on board with. And I gotta vet that vision out to make sure it ain't some BS. Like my daughter's dating a guy in journalism. I like, there's no money in that. He needs to figure something else out. So she said, I know. And so when I have a conversation with this young man, there's some things we're gonna have a conversation, we're gonna have to talk about. Because at the end of the day, she has to leave my house and go into another man's house. And I have to make sure that he's able to provide for her. He cares about his last name. That last name means a lot. How are you carrying yourself? So how are you perceived in the community? So there's things that I'm going to look for my daughter from this man that she brings to me. But the one thing I am happy about is that she is looking to be married. She's not looking to have hot girl summer. She's not looking to take trips till she's 35 years old. So she wants to be married. And for a person who came from 2 parents that were not married, that's a sign of relief, because that's something she wants, because she sees the deficit she had in her life by her 2 parents not being together. So I appreciate that. And she sees the way I live, and she sees the way I live my life and how I hold myself accountable. So she sees that as well. So she looks for that in another and her potential mate. Because if you don't live up to what my father can at least bring, then why am I with you? Yeah. So that's where I am with that one.
That's right.
And I would also add, one of the things that will work for me is the fact that it meant a lot for my wife for me to get that seal of approval and that stamp from her father. So being that that's been instilled on one side, and I feel the same way, he needs to get the stamp of approval from me. It's about, what's being built. That's the foundation for what can happen. So we never know how it's going to play, but got a pretty good foundation.
Okay. All right. Yo, fellas, this was a good conversation. But y'all know I'm lazy as shit, so I got to end this show early. It is what it is.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? But this was a good topic. And, I'm looking forward to next week's show. We're going to have the ladies back. I had to give them a break this week. You know what I'm saying? I know Just Justify, she in the comments, she missed the show. But I had to give y'all a break because, Jess has been on this show from day one. We are going on day one. And we are going on our 20th show
20th
next
episode.
week.
And isn't your
20th
show better
episode.
for it?
Oh wow.
For the black women in your corner, isn't your show better for it?
Yo, Kenny, calm down.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yes.
They
No,
felt that
for
way.
real.
Salute
For
to
real,
them.
for real. No, it's great to have different perspectives, and the ladies add a lot of value to the show as well. So, we just gonna keep this thing going. Next week, our 20th episode. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have some good topics for y'all, and we just gonna get into it. Grown Women Talking on Tuesday at 9 p.m. That show. What's so crazy is I got some real characters coming on the women's show for Tuesday. So be involved in that one as well. Yeah, y'all gonna have to be in, fellas. Y'all got to be in the comments for that one. But I will bring y'all on if y'all want to come. So, anyways,
Tiara's gonna recant her statement from last week.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that one. Hey,
she's gonna recant her statement.
What'd she say?
She said that Cardi B was a historian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Salute to the sis. That's my homie.
But I will say though, she was the most conservatively dressed at the BET Awards for what I saw, as opposed to all the other women that was in the situation on stage.
Man, that shit was a whole mess. That was a
You're
strip
looking
club,
in a
man.
trash can.
I don't even watch.
Just throw the whole trash can out.
Oh, neither.
Just throw the whole.
We don't watch that.
I don't watch it, no.
At all.
I'm good. But anyways, fellas, this was a good show.
Yeah.
What you gonna say, Hank?
No, I'm just saying that's not my thing, y'all.
Yeah, that ain't it.
That
ain't it. But anyways, we gonna get into it, y'all. Y'all have a good night. We will talk.
Sir.
Salute.
Peace.
Make you wanna stay.